Hey, what's up, everyone?
Hey.
It's Mission Mindset. You guys already know what time it is. It's time for another hot topic, another awesome episode. We are super excited to share another great moment with you guys, another great conversation. For those who are tuning in for the first time and saying, who are those colored people? You know, I don't know who they are. I'm Quan Grant.
I'm Marisol Cradle.
And together we created this platform, or this community.
Yeah. You know, talk to each other.
And we call it Mission Mindset. Mm-hmm. It's our way of empowering each other and you guys to use the power of your mind. It's the greatest gift that God has given us.
Yes.
You know, is a mind. You know, you lose your mind, you lose yourself.
Yes.
So with the power of your mind, create the life that you want to live. Using everything that God has given unto you. You know what I mean? Because we all have something that we can use to
create a better life for ourselves.
Yeah, for ourselves and just for the world. I believe we all have something that we can tap into and just create a better version of ourselves, or just like a future.
Yeah, definitely. So what are we going to talk about tonight, Quan?
Well, tonight we're going to talk about a topic that's dear to my heart, and it's manager of our lives. We are the managers.
Yes.
You know, a lot of times we blame God for everything. God, why don't you do this? Why don't you do this? Or help me do this, and da-da-da-da-da. And sometimes I believe God is saying, no, you do it. You can do it.
Yes.
He's not going to put jobs in our laps.
Have you seen that a lot? Where people just, you know, put everything on other people to do for them?
Yeah.
Or they just pray and they just go home and they
don't want to do the work. They don't want to research how to become this, how to do that, how to better perform on their job. They just want God to just instantly give them that gratification and say, boom. There it is. Boom, you lost weight.
Without works is dead.
You're a millionaire. But it doesn't work like that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? There's a responsibility that we have as human beings. But just to backtrack, I don't want to get ahead of myself.
Exactly.
I woke up one morning and I just read the scriptures, and it was in Genesis in the first chapter, and it's talking about how we were created. And it says human beings were created in the image of God, you know, God-like.
Yes.
And reflecting his nature. You know what I mean? So, and then it also says that, you know, he gave us, he created us with a charge over the animals and the birds, of everything that's living. You know what I mean? Over everything.
Dominion over everything.
Over everything.
Yes.
You know, and it's just, it made me think, like, why do we operate so much in fear? Why do we, why don't we tap into that godlike nature? You know, we say things about ourselves that's not good. We downplay ourselves, like, I'm dumb, I'm stupid, you know, I didn't go to college, I'm not this, I'm not that. But
I'm
it's
not
like,
good enough.
Yeah, but you're good enough. You're more than enough.
Yes.
You know, we're made in the image of God. So if you don't think God is dumb, God is stupid, you know what I mean? You think God is wise and all-knowing and creative and beautiful and all these things. Those are the same characteristics that are within you.
Exactly.
We embody those same things. You know what I mean? Because we come from Him.
Yes.
You know?
So how do we manage our own lives? Like where and how do we tap into those gifts?
Yeah.
How do we recognize? How do we pull that out of ourselves? Like, how do we get there?
Yeah, good question. Sometimes you have to stop and
like, how did it happen for you?
for me, you know, becoming managers of my life, it's something came over me, like, okay, like, this is your responsibility. I feel like it was a wake-up call, like, you know, stop looking for handouts, stop expecting it to happen overnight. Know that it's a process. Know that you're enough. You know what I mean? That comes from loving yourself, spending time with yourself, writing your visions down, coming up with a plan, and then saying, you know, the beautiful thing about life, to me, this is what changed my life, is knowing that I can create a whole new version of myself.
That's beautiful.
You know what I mean? I can create new goals. you know, I can create whatever I want to do. And I've been noticing things have been manifested in my life.
Yeah.
I said, I want a job that I can dress up every day. It happened. I put in the application, had to do the work. You know what I mean? And then it didn't take long. You know what I mean? For me to get the job and da-da-da-da. I said I wanted to, you know, sing with Faith Evans. That happened before. You know what I mean?
I'm hearing a pattern here.
Speaking.
So when he spoke, he had to speak first. And then it registered in his mind where I want to do this. I can see this. And then he was intentional about filling out the application, you know, going on an interview, getting prepared for that, and getting the job.
Right.
Same thing with you wanting to sing with Faith Evans.
Right.
He said, I want to do that. He spoke it out there.
Exactly.
He had the vision. He went to a concert and manifested.
Exactly.
Because he was intentional about that.
And I realized how powerful words are.
Yes.
You know, and that started to trickle on into other things. You know, I said I wanted my own apartment, got my own place, wanted this, wanted that. You know, I wanted to grow, I wanted to change, I wanted to evolve, I wanted to become better, I wanted to be more secure with who I am, I wanted to be stronger. And like I realized, okay, let me speak these things.
Yes.
You know, if I want to do music, I'm going to speak it, I'm going to make it happen, I'm going to put in the work, and things started to change, you know, day by day.
He started to change.
Yes. My mindset changed.
Exactly. So I think that is like the starting place for anyone to become a manager of your life.
Yeah.
Is to stop and reflect. You kind of have to know where you are in the position that you're at and had enough of that.
Yeah.
And you want to seek more. You have to be a seeker.
Yeah.
And you have to have that drive to like, I want more.
And that's what it came down to for me. You know what I mean? I wanted more. I felt like I was just existing. You know, and that's not a good space to be in when you just feel like you're just here. You know, but I was like, God, I want to live, I want to experience things, I want to grow, I want to become better, I want more money, I want to, you know, I want to dream bigger. You know, I want to be the best that I can be in every area of my life.
And that's how you find your purpose.
That's how you find your purpose.
You have to seek it out. You have to keep moving. You have to keep growing. You have to keep going forward and leading in that way and being intentional about your life and the things that you speak about yourself, the things that you write down, things that you desire.
Yeah.
And that's how you discover your purpose, because you're going to learn along the way. It's a journey. It's not like a straight line to purpose and understanding things. Is different little miracles, little things happening over and over and over again in your life. And you're like, wow, I never would have thought I would have ended up here, but I see how this and this and that had to happen for me to get here.
Yeah.
And so that's why it's so amazing that we have this opportunity and realize that we do have these giftings, that we do have this power to create that life.
Right. And you, once you have a clear mind of who you are and you start to change your thinking, and then you started to attract these things, like-minded relationships, like-minded people and goals. When I tell you, I run into people in my job and it's just like, how are you speaking this language? Like, it's like I needed to hear it. You know, you start attracting these things when you put that energy out into the atmosphere. It comes back. You know what I mean? I believe words are so powerful and they take on life, and you guys have to know that. And realizing that it's not too late to start over, to start fresh. You know what I mean? You're not too old.
You're not too old. I hear that a lot. A lot of people feel like, oh, I missed my chance. Like, I should have did that when I was in my 20s, or I should have did that before. Your life isn't over.
Right.
Your life is never over unless you say it's over. So like we say, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So if you feel like your life's over, it's over. You might as well just keep walking dead. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're just living a dead life, basically. You're like dead spirit, dead soul, whatever. But don't speak those things over your life. Don't say your life is over. Say, my life is just beginning. And each day is a new day to begin again. And you have days on top of days on top of days. So, and to go back to the managers of our lives, that can be so many different things. You know, how are you managing your time? How are you managing your money? How are you managing your relationships? What else? Managing your career. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, are you getting the most out of the day? Are you getting up early? Are you being disciplined? Are you being focused? Are you keeping yourself in alignment with God and with yourself and with your goals and the things that you wrote down? Are you holding yourself accountable? Are you being intentional, like we were saying earlier? You know, this is how you become a better manager of your life. You know, and it's not to say that we don't need God, to go back to what we said earlier.
but I think there is a responsibility that we have. You know, he created us with a mind to think and to create and figure things out.
Yes.
I love when T.D. Jakes said God didn't make chairs and stuff like that. He created wood.
He made trees.
Right, he made trees. Right.
Trees.
Right.
And for us to be creative with the trees.
Right.
And that's how we
were
able
make
to
chairs
make the
and pencils and you know what I mean? But it took someone's mind to say, you know what? I think this can be that.
Yes.
You know? It wasn't like, God, make a chair.
Yeah, and it probably started off with a vision. They could see it.
I can see it because this wood is sturdy, and if I was to shave it down to...
Yeah.
Okay,
Like, what if we had something to sit?
Exactly. So I think that's how powerful... I believe that's our responsibility.
Yes.
You know what I mean? To kind of tap into those things. If those things we can't figure out, those questions we have, that's what, you know, that's when you go to God. You know, ask God for direction or whatever higher power you believe in, wherever your faith lies. You know what I mean? I believe God to give you that help and that guidance and put you back on the right path.
Yeah.
But sometimes he just looks for us to kind of make decisions. Sometimes that's all it takes.
Yeah, you got to take a step in the direction that you want to go. Wherever you want your life or to lead you, you got to take that step. Because a lot of people, they say, oh, I wish I could do this, or I wish I could do... What is stopping you from doing it?
Right.
You know, why are you putting all these barriers in front of you?
Yeah.
Why don't you take one of those barriers, look at it and say, okay, in order for me to get from X to Y, I need to do such and such and such. So you got to start creating like a goal list.
Yeah.
Chopping those things down to size, to actionable steps that you could take. You know, I have to do this before I have to do this. It's a process, and like you said, everybody wants to do things quickly, or because it doesn't happen so fast, they feel like, well, it ain't gonna happen for me. Sorry, the video had cut off. So I was talking about barriers. Like, what are those barriers and why are they stopping you? You can still create the goals and make actionable steps and do it process by process, because like I said, you know, people, you know, want to do things really quickly and they don't want to do the work and they don't want to wait. They don't have patience. It takes patience and consistency and work.
Yeah.
So, you know, what will stop you in the first place? Like, what will stop someone from going after their dreams or creating the life that they truly feel like they desire?
Right. Sometimes it's just lies that was spoken, you know, over you from a childhood. You know, maybe growing up in the house, you heard you're just like your dad, or you're never gonna be anything, or you're not good enough, or you didn't go to college like your brother or whatever, so you're not smart, or you know, you ugly, you know, or all these different types of lies. You know what I mean? You can't undo them. You know what I mean? But sometimes you have to look them in the face and say, you know what? You did say this. This was spoken over me. But this is not who I am. I don't have to allow your words to define me. You know? From this day forward, I can take charge of my life and be responsible and say, you know what, God, I don't know why, you know, I had to deal with this, that, and the third, but I learned something from it.
Yes.
You know? I was able to find my worth in the midst of all that ugliness.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? I was able to find out that I'm not what these people say about me. You know what I mean? God is the only person that can validate me and define who I am. So from this day forward, I'm going to walk forward. I'm going to have a new mindset, and I'm going to say, you know what? The things I can't change, I'm just going to take them for what it was. I'm going to grow from it, and I'm gonna be a better person so my kids don't have to go through this. Or you know what I mean? So,
and trust the process.
Trust the process.
Don't stay living in the past and repeating that past cycle.
Yeah.
Like Juan said, you know, look it in the face. You know? And it's a lot of times we see this happen in our families and our friendships and our relationships and with ourselves, you know, that we were stuck in a pattern because we were too afraid to let go of things that happened to us or things that people said to us. And I'm still undoing some things. I'm still taking risk and, you know, coming out of my comfort zone and wondering why am I not comfortable with this situation, and realizing a lot of it stems from past situations.
Exactly.
So I think that was really good, you know. Someone need to hear that. And I hope that you guys could take these situations and really see in your own life, like, what could I have done, or what am I holding on to? You know, surrender. Say, I surrender. I cannot control that. I need help. You know, but I'm going to trust God. I'm going to trust this process, and I'm going to walk it in anyway. Even if it doesn't feel good. I was talking to a friend the other day and talking about growth and how it feels so depressing and miserable. You know, when you're going through this growth
pains, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, it's not fun. You know, you start to lose relationships because you gotta eliminate some things out of your life.
Right.
Some old habits that you had, you gotta like create some new ones, and you're like, oh my God, this is scary. I don't know who I'm going to become as a result of this.
Yeah, you start fearing the new version of yourself.
Sometimes you fear that new version of yourself because you're not sure.
Used to it.
You're not used to it. And you still have those lies reoccurring in your head telling you, like, you ain't going to be nothing. You know, you ain't going to be able to live up to this person you trying to be. Like, why are you trying to be somebody different? Nobody in your family was different, you know? So, yeah, we got to do a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. Yeah.
But have fun, you know, enjoy it.
Yeah, enjoy the process. That's important. You know, sometimes we hold on to all those bad things and those bad lies, but you know what? Cheer up, lift your head up, be encouraged, and know that you can start fresh today. Yes, you had a crazy past, but it made you the strong person that you are today.
And that is your story. Hold on to that.
Yeah.
That story can set so many other people free.
That's true.
You went through that and you overcame it.
Yeah.
You know?
And one thing God that showed me 4 o'clock in the morning one day, I think it was like 5 o'clock in the morning, it just randomly came to me. It was like, find the beauty in your story. And I called you and I told you about it.
Yeah, that was
and I'm just like, what, God? But a lot of times we be like, oh, like, you know, I was born to this family, I had to go through this, that. My father wasn't there, my mom wasn't there, da 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 da. But find something beautiful in your story. Somebody was there. The fact that you're still here is enough to be happy and celebrate life because it's a gift. You know what I mean?
I thank those people. Like in my mind, I thank those people who said all the mean things about my body or about me.
Yeah.
I was like, thank you, because it would never allow me to work hard or want to be in this field to, you know, help other people or to be an empowerer, you know? Like, thank you. Like, I overcame that.
Thank you for telling me I Exactly. We're still here.
We're still here.
So let's be better managers of our lives. Let's take charge of our lives. Know that we have the power and authority to do so.
Yes.
And stop living at like a low level. And let's like really soar. Let's be responsible. Let's make good decisions and hold ourselves accountable and just, you know,
take it day by day, guys.
Day by day with a clear mind. Enjoy the process.
Enjoy the journey, man.
Don't rush, and make things happen for yourselves because you're strong enough to do so.
You got this.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of Miss Your Mindset. This was a hot topic. We enjoyed this one. We really want to hear from you guys and hear what you guys have to say about this. All right.
See you later.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.